to Berry School. Send your kids to Berry Schools, a place to realize your dreams. Berry Schools. Send your words to Berry School. Send your kids to Berry School. There's no other place like Berry Schools.
Hello, beautiful learners of pre-kindergarten. You are welcome to our today's lesson. Our subject for today is number work. Our subject today is what? Number work. And our topic is two-dimensional shapes. Two-dimensional shapes. We are already familiar with what shapes are. We have a lot of shapes. But today we are going to look at two-dimensional shape. Okay, now what do we mean by two-dimensional shapes? Let's read it together. Two-dimensional shapes are flat plane figures or shapes that can be measured in only two faces. So two-dimensional shape, we can only measure them either in length or in width. There is no other way of measuring it. Okay, so now we have some examples on the board. So now we are familiar with this shape, isn't it? So now look at the board closely. What shape is this? Circle. Okay, so we said this shape on the board is what? Circle. What shape is this? Circle. So you can only measure it in what? Two dimensions. Either it is in the length or in the width. Okay, so now what shape is this? I said it's what? Circle. And what shape is this? This is what? A square. A what? A square. And what shape is this? It is a rectangle. Okay, so now these are two-dimensional shapes. Two-dimensional shapes. You agree with me that these shapes are easy to draw. Every other shape we have comes out from them. So these are two-dimensional shapes. And why do we call them two-dimensional shapes? It's because it has a flat surface. Have you seen it? It has a flat surface. If you want to draw this shape, you can easily get an object with this shape, then place it on your book to get those shapes. So if you don't call it two-dimensional shape, you can also call it a flat shape. So now, what are two-dimensional shapes? Let's see it. Two-dimensional shapes are flat plane figures or shapes that can be measured in only two faces. So now if you look at the shapes on the board, you agree with me that you can measure it in two faces. Like the square we have here, either you measure it by the length or you measure it by the width. So we can only measure it in two dimensions. Okay, so now we are going to look at objects with these shapes. We are going to do what? Look at objects with these shapes. Okay, so now what am I holding? This is an object, and if you look at it closely, what shape does it have? What shape is this? It is a circle. It is what? A circle. For you to draw this shape, it is easier for you to place it on a surface. This is what we call a surface. You can easily place it, then get a pencil round. So this is what? A two-dimensional shape. A what? Two-dimensional shape. The object has two-dimensional. Okay, so now we have here a book. What's this? A book. So now look at the shape of the book. What shape does this book have? What shape is this? This is what? A rectangle. This is what? A rectangle. So for you to get this shape, you can easily place it on a surface, then get a pencil and run it through. So two-dimensional shapes are flat shapes. Okay, so we have a square, a square, a square. Beautiful. So a Maggi cube, the side of it has square shape. So if you have seen a Maggi cube before, sides of them have a square. Okay, so we are going to get an homework. So I'm going to put something down on the board for you to answer those questions for me. But don't forget what two-dimensional shapes are. That they are what? They are flat plane figures. They are flat. We can easily place it on a surface and draw. You can easily draw them. That's why the first shapes we learn how to draw is what? These three shapes. The first shape you can draw is what? These three shapes. It is from here that we get other shapes. So how do we call these shapes? Two-dimensional shapes. So they are flat plane figure or shapes that can be measured in only two dimensions. So we measure these faces in what? Two dimensions. Okay, so this is some exercise. The first one says, what are two-dimensional shapes? What are two-dimensional shapes? And the second one says you should draw and color. What exactly are you drawing? These shapes here. I believe we are still with our crayons. Okay, so while you are coloring, pick a nice color and color. What will you color? After drawing a square, you color it. The second one is what? A circle. A circle. I said earlier, we can look for shapes that have or objects that have this shape. Place it on our book to get the exact shape. Okay, this is a rectangle. This is a rectangle. You draw it. You draw a square, draw a circle, and a rectangle. Okay, so what have we discussed so far? We have said that two-dimensional shapes are flat plane figures or shapes that can be measured in only two faces. They are flat plane figures or shapes that can be measured in only two dimensions or faces. So we can measure these shapes that we have seen on the board, either by its length or by its width. So there is no other way of measuring this. Okay, the same thing. Okay, so the second one is a square. Is what? A square. So a square is a two-dimensional shape, and the same thing goes with a rectangle. So now in your homework, we are expected to draw this shape. Make sure the shape comes out perfectly. Okay, so I believe we've had a lovely time together. This is where we are going to end our lessons. We'll consider more when next we meet. Until then, have a lovely day and bye.